Are the enemies in Elden Ring too simple to fight? Answer: they definitely are. Most enemies give up on chasing the player way too easily, as simply running 5 feet away from their spawn point de-aggroes them. I have installed the aggression mod, which makes most enemies target me the moment they spawn. Every enemy from the towering trolls to the murderous ravens will make my life pure misery by chasing me from the depths of hell. Here is a quote from the mod creator: "Prepare to die, nerd." And I fulfilled this request ad nauseum. Will the relentless hordes of knights, giants, and other gigantic headaches stop me from becoming the drippiest Elden Lord? Or will my misery and frustration block me from completing this challenge? Let's find out. My inner weeb will show in this video as I start with a samurai class in Golden Sea to level up my healing flask. I kill myself once I reach the tutorial boss. Once I respawn, automatically I hear boss music before I open the first door. Oh, that's a great sign. I haven't even started playing the game and I already have Tree Sentinel. Once I activated the first grace site, a spectral enemy attempted to behead me like this was Skyrim, but I managed to get to the elevator to escape. The Tree Sentinel perfectly illustrates the problems this mod brings to the open world. This stampeding juggernaut followed me from the Church of Ella to the grey site where you speak with Melina. His bloodthirst and ferocity for my booty is matched by most other enemy NPCs. More mobile enemies like horseback riders are much larger threats, as I can't simply outrun them with my little calves. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. That just wasn't gonna happen, man. Wow. Dude, they are murder each other. I rested at the close by Grace and triggered the cutscene with Melina, which afforded me a break. My sole objective is to secure Torrent so I have a better method of transportation. After getting called maidenless. Okay, wow. Wow. So enemies can still attack you. Yeah, keep insulting me. I need to be faster. The surrounding enemies within the ruins are presenting a real problem. Resting at the Grace only resets the enemy's positions, not their aggro range. Each time I tried speaking with the hose, a sword from a horseback rider found itself deeply lodged into my back, so getting Torrent was way harder than it should have been. There is a mine close by located south of the ruins which has a secluded Grace where I can speak to Melina alone. With the giga intelligence of Albert Einstein, I reached the mine and ran right past the Grace to go collect some smithing stones. Oh wow, I got a pickaxe. Oh my god. I ended up dying like the simpleton I am and had to walk all the way back to the mine. Dumbass. 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 Hearing the same conversation from Melina for the 80th time in a row, I got the speed demon Torrent, who will make my life much more bearable. I killed the boss at the end of the mine and teleported out. There is a lot of prep work that needs to be completed before I fight Margit, like if this was a GTA heist. There is a second minor mod I have installed called Tool CPP, which enables map usage during combat. This mod also changes display damage to poise damage when I hit an enemy. It isn't very important, but I thought I would mention it. With that, it's grind time, boys. For the first few hours of the run, I explored Limgrave, K-Lid, and the southern parts of the map for golden seeds and sacred tears to level up my flask. Torrent within normal runs makes running past enemies and other encounters very easy due to his agility and double jump. I ain't gonna lie, he does make this run a lot easier for certain parts of this run, but in other parts of this world such as K-Lid, he makes the idea of progression a plausible thought amongst the idiocy of fighting some of these enemies. We will get to this later. Easily the most intimidating yet easily avoidable enemy is the troll, who always seems to be in pursuit of me with red and blue lights flashing in the distance. The traffic infraction I committed was staring at my map for too long in the fast lane, and the resulting ticket was my death. The weapon I'm going to use for this run is called the Nagakiba, which is a long-bladed katana which has incredible reach. To obtain this weapon, I need to kill Nirajis and then Yura, who drops the sword. The fight with Nirajis on its own is very easy with Yura's help, but Nirajis has backup. Unless I kill Yura's getting jumped. Yura's getting jumped. Yeah, this is just not gonna happen. There's way too many enemies. I failed several times at killing his stupid paparazzi, but after some time, I killed both Nirajis and Yura to get his katana. The opposite of Hitman 47, Patches, is located in a nearby cave. I rubbed his bald little head squeaky clean and opened the transportation chest to reach Eastern Limgrave. That was a ruin bear, a hulky beast of protein powder and steroids that can keep up with Torrent with no issues. Every time I felt a hint of safety, it made sure to adjust my attitude and send me packing. The ruin bears pursued me all the way from the Church America, where the wondrous physic is located. Torrent proves to be my crutch, as getting off of him for one single moment proves disastrous. Sometimes staying on him for too long could be a mistake as well. Once I collected multiple golden seeds and sacred tears, I headed to Caelid for more upgrades and half of the Decus medallion.
Melina, this is not the time. Thank you, Melina. Thank you. Thank you for trolling me. We already went over this. I don't know why you're trying to repeat that shit. Melina, oh my god.
Caelid is a mid-game area, and I haven't leveled up a single time due to reasons you couldn't comprehend. The area is full of two of the most irritating enemy types in Elden Ring, giant dogs and crows. The aggression mod makes these oversized enemies a mouthful to deal with, as I'm crushed with either talons or the jaws of a canine. The pathing for their AI is quite impressive, as I tried sticking to the hills to avoid getting trampled on, but similar to the ruin bears. Prepare to die, nerd. I grabbed half of the Decus medallion in Caelid. I grabbed the other half earlier in Limgrave. Bosses within this run are largely unchanged from the base game, since they are already aggressive as is. The first boss in this run is Margit, the fallen senpai. This fight took me a few attempts to beat, since I haven't played the main game of Elden Ring in a few years. In my winning attempt, I staggered him multiple times and bled him with my katana until his health bar became transparent like my father did when I was born. Once Margit ate dirt like the hater he is, I leveled up my katana to +3 and headed for Stormvale Castle. It might be my tiny little brain, but I always go for the most straightforward approach and simple path towards progression. In this context, this is the front gates of Stormvale Castle, which is protected by many bloodthirsty guards, ballistas, archers, and flamethrowers. Great start, ain't it? I passed it on my next try. I honestly thought this part would be much harder, but Godric the Gunner is my next boss fight. He really ain't all that. I turned this golden Gunner inside out with my Nakakiba. After that savage slaughter of Godric, I pushed north to Luernia, where I found many spell-spamming horse riders. Their spell attack is slow and easily avoidable with torrent speed, but my god were they consistent. Every corner I turned, every little rock I flipped over, every Taco Bell bathroom I exploded with my bows, it felt like there was another horseback rider joining the manhunt for me. My biggest problem is the fact that I'm directionally challenged and can't find my way outside of a McDonald's parking lot. I have to pull up my map to navigate, and this often resulted in a well-earned run back. There's another mine located northeast. I wanted to grab the first miner's bell bearing, which lets you buy smithing stones 1 and 2. The crystallian at the bottom of the mine drops the bell, and let's just say I wasn't alone.
How did I get hit by just magic right there? Did he snipe me from all the way up there? This is crazy. I'm actually getting sniped. I'm getting third-partied in this stupid fight. Ow. Die. This should not be a fight I'm struggling on. I love the idea that the enemies are actually sniping me from the boss arena.
I grabbed the key which unlocked the way into the academy and leveled up my Nakakiba to +8. Within the academy, the mages have opened their third eye and clearly have wall hacks, as they would pre-fire me around corners. The problem is the fact they are spamming the equivalent of nerf pellets, which I would dodge with little effort. Further into the academy lies the Red Wolf of Radagon, and I put this mutt down.
Will y'all chill out with these stupid magical spells, bro? Hitting me with these goddamn pebbles.
You would think dungeon kind of areas would be more difficult with the limited space and compact enemy density, but I didn't have much trouble running past most enemies. Enemies that are already idling didn't seem to be affected by the aggression mod. You know who did give me trouble though? Moongrum, the auto parry knight.
I love getting auto parried. Thank you. Thank you. That's so dumb. I'm sorry, bro, but the mere fact he could just auto parry you. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not fighting him. I'm not fighting him. I'm not fighting him. I'm not fighting him.
Moving past my embarrassing performance, Renala, queen of getting slapped around like a Jujutsu Kaisen character, was turned into a remembrance on my first try. Subsequently, I traveled to the Atlas Plateau lift and used the medallion to move closer to the mid-game. While traversing the open world, it was common to hear boss music and see a boss health bar at the bottom of my screen, especially with Erdtree avatars. The 2 tree sentinels that guarded the highway gave me double the problems as the starting one in Limgrave. I know, an amazing analogy. I'm sorry, but shoving 2 of the same enemy type in the same area isn't good boss design. This would be prevalent for one of the later bosses. One of the more interesting boss designs would be the Draconic Tree Sentinel, but it isn't the boss itself. While the Tree Sentinel and I are throwing fisticuffs, we have a third party trying to hit the both of us with his arrows. We have a sniper giant maining Black Widow in bronze rank, whiffing shots trying to hit a collateral. He was more of an environmental hazard, similar to the giant archer in Dark Souls 3 that you can befriend.
That's crazy. I got it. Hey. So who's the fuck that's... Yeah, you see him? Ow. I can see where the arrows are coming from, but I can't really see him himself. That's crazy. Dude, I thought I was getting shot from arrows from the back. That's wild, man.
Before I move forward into Lindell, I have a boss that I must slaughter within Caelid. The wildlife within this festering garbage dump continued giving me issues like before.
Okay, bro. Lee, come on, y'all. I'm litigating gangbang. I can't even see what's going on.
The boss's soul I needed to collect is Star Scourge Radon. A festival is being honored to put an end to this empowered general. 2 aggressive lions, of course, had to block my path to salvation.
There's another one? Oh my god, of course there is. Bro, I'm just trying to get to Radon. I'm not trying to sit here and fight y'all.
Radon himself is a mere husk tasked with putting me 6 feet under as I refused to summon any help. It took me about 30 minutes of attempts to finish him off, but I did it in the end. I actually defeated Concert Radon maybe a week ago, so like most boss fights so far, it wasn't too hard. After I watched myself waste my life away amongst the stars, I have finally reached the most goated location, Lindell.
My utmost thanks for bringing me to the base of the Erdtree. Here, I can govern my own movement, and thus, the Accord.
Oh my god. You bitch. You bitch. Just trying to have a conversation. God.
My utmost thanks for bringing me...
Ain't no way another dude is coming. Oh my god, Milena.
My utmost
There's no
thanks.
way there's a third dude, bro. They just keep respawning. Yeah, chill out right there. Oh my god. Die.
My utmost thanks.
Yes, I realize resting at the Grace reset the precision. My dementia is just setting in. The royal capital is full of mobile imps and Zeus worshipping knights. Rolling past most of the enemies in the early to mid game again isn't too difficult for someone like myself who runs away from all of his problems.
I don't want a hug. No, I don't want a hug. Please move. Please.
I continued racking up boss kills like a Minecraft YouTuber does allegations. Godfrey and Margot were put to the stake and it's time for the end game. I'll keep it a buck with y'all. Easily the most rage-inducing enemy type within this mod are Hawks. Their aerial superiority, nimbleness, and numbers mixed with unlimited aggression made me miserable as I died multiple times to these freaks.
Oh my god, these hawks, bro.
Torn, on the other hand, is my getaway driver from these irritating birds. Once I escaped, I headed back to the round table and leveled up my katana to plus 18, further within the mountaintops of the giants.
Most unnecessary roll in all of existence. What are you dodging? Okay, the dogs. Ooh, no. Oh, the crows and the dogs are the worst combination of things. No.
There is an invader named Okina who drops a samurai mask I want, but the church he is located at had multiple issues.
This is, I kind of want to actually kill this dude, but I don't know if this is fucking possible. Another crow? Ouch. Dude, he's taking... Ugh. Dude, why is that... Chill, bro. Chill. I thought we're both like dodging and shit. I mean, I know the enemies aren't trying to... Oh my god, dude, that huge hand is gigantic, bro. We just got a kite. Kite. Ow. Bro, the thing is like the size of... Okay.
I spent an embarrassing amount of time dying to Okina's River of Blood Spam and his comedically oversized entourage, but I got his mask. The mask raises your dexterity by 3, but I just wanted it for looks. Up next, I have to chase after the fire giant, who I had a lot of problems fighting due to the game crashing from memory issues. He continues the trend of the most useless tactical role performed by these giants. I saw this insignificant role performed way too many times, but after chasing this wannabe ninja around for 7 minutes straight, he performed his final somersault like the pleb he is. Melina sacrificed herself, and I was teleported to the crumbling Farar Missoula. This is where the enemies are fully scaled for the end game and hit like a Japanese bullet train. I struggled a lot fighting these enemies, as most fights I had to combat multiple high damaging foes that 2 to 3 shot me. These haters were offended by my drip and made it their sole goal low in life to cause me distress and anger. My 2 biggest cynics of the dwarf hater community are these knights that guard the worst boss fight in the entire game. Their wind startup attacks are AoEs and deal ludicrous amounts of damage. Once they launch themselves at you like a lion to a gazelle, they would catch me out of my role and delete my health bar. Combine this with the fact the next boss fight is a Godskin duo, a gank fight with a type Infinity Diabetic, an emaciated femboy. Hell is on my doorstep, and my rage and utter anger will form into a raging inferno because of this fight. I struggled and died a lot to this trash boss fight, and the knights at the start were just the cherry on top of the pain. I ended up crafting multiple sleeping pots and used those items to stun them and fought them one at a time until I was victorious. With that, I upgraded my katana to plus 24 and traveled to Malekith. The hawks and dragons summoning down lightning made my life very unpleasant, as running past these birds wasn't really an option, despite the fact I 2-shotted each hawk. When I had 3 to 4 of these birds chipping away at my health bar like a miner to ore, flying around me dodging each one of my attacks, keeping their distance, and the dragon spamming lightning attacks all of the time. At this point, I'd rather fight 3 Melenas than see another hawk. I wasn't really having a good time. I progressed by taking my time and dealing with each wave one at a time. I still died, but eventually got to Malekith.